You are listening to the Lady K Show. Everything in health, wealth, and the in-between. Success tips, relationships, health, wellness, entrepreneurship, business insights, leadership, current events. All these things you can find and more on the Lady K Show. Welcome to the Lady K Show. You are listening to the Lady K Show, and today on the show we are talking to George Clark III. He's an executive and combat law enforcement professional with over 15 years of experience. We've been talking to him since last week, and some of the things we've already spoke about, some of the stuff we've learned about George is that he was actually working with the coalition, the U.S. military, federal, state, local law enforcement agencies. He went to the Operation Iraq Freedom. He also did a whole lot of things, just an extensive resume in law enforcement. He spent a lot of time in protection in the high-risk zones in the Middle East. And so he's been doing a lot of things, and it's just very exciting to see someone who has spent all these years and came back with a powerful message, that came back from all those experiences and have a story to tell. And the story is one of perseverance, one where you actually discover yourself and some of your unique talents. George has me all tripped up here with his experience here, you know. So, George, welcome to the show. Glad to have you back.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Oh, good. Great. So we are actually talking about, I think, where we left off. We were talking about your extensive travel in the world, some of those experiences, your eyes. You've just been a person that's been transformed by your experiences. And, you know, I think it's very important for people who are looking ahead in their lives and with uncertainty and don't know how to approach life and what to do. And you discovered through entrepreneurship, through a whole bunch of experiences, who you are. And so let's start off actually about how hard do you think you push yourself?
Oh, excessively hard. Anybody who is an entrepreneur has to look at things a little bit differently. And I think with it, for me anyway, you don't always have a textbook. And sometimes even if you do have a plan, it's not going to work because you have a plan. People always say you have a plan and work accordingly. And sometimes it works, and guess what? Sometimes it doesn't. And you have to then decide where you're going to go. And I am constantly either on the phone or constantly researching and checking to make sure I'm up to speed, up to par. And that's a 7-day gig, you know, for me. You know, some people don't have to work that hard, maybe not as fast. And it's not a thing of good or bad choices. It just depends on where you fall in the scheme of things. You know, the world can shift on you quite easily, and guess what? Either you fall through it or you hold on to it. So, but I work and push myself extensively 7 days a week. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you think is the magic formula for success?
Perseverance. You have to believe in yourself. Personally. You have to believe that if you're going to be that great person, whether you're working for yourself or working for somebody else, you have to believe that you're going to leave your mark. The other side of that coin is you are going to face a hell of a lot of challenges. And that's just the way this world is. Nothing is going to come easy, and if it does, you better learn how to maintain it. But you have to be resilient. And it's resilience in each and every one of us that you have to pull this thing out of you and find out what your life goal is to make your mark here. So you don't necessarily have to be an entrepreneur. You just want to be great at what you do. And you have to be willing to take the hits that come along with that. So you have to have a load of confidence. Absolutely. And I think the other thing is, which is first and foremost, you should know for yourself who your God is if you're going to go that route. If you're a person who believes in God. Now, it doesn't make a difference to me what religious faith, okay, if you're going to go there. For me, it was about knowing God is for myself. You've got those who don't believe in God, on other journeys. And whatever journey that will lead them to, fine. But for me, I had to believe in myself. But overall, I had to find out who my God is to me first. So those are the two major factors, for me, personally.
Okay. Now, how do you think America has changed in the last 10 years?
Political climate,